people told me that the part was starred Jennifer Aniston, Reese, Witherspoon, all that stuff. But to be quite honest, I loved the part so much that I didn't even really think about any of that.
We are doing this my way.
You know, because it's my first series regular gig ever, I can't say that I can differentiate sort of like the pressure of shooting this show in comparison to shooting a different show. So there's probably a lot of pressure, and somebody's feeling it.
But not you.
But it's not, most of it is not on me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think, you know, especially the way that the people who are telling the story, who are leading the story, Carrie Aaron, Mimi Letter, Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon. I mean, these people are so excellent at what they do that it's, you know, they really honestly made my job is pretty comfortable, which I was really happy about. But with that said, I would say that I don't feel pressure, but there is definitely excitement because it is such a, you know, because it is such a cool platform, and Apple is putting so much behind it, and it could possibly, we don't know what's going to happen with the streaming networks, but it could possibly 100% be a very important cultural moment that we'll look back in. And so there's just, you know, excitement and gratitude around that.
Good morning. I'm bringing you some sad and upsetting news. And while I don't know the details of the allegations,
She's throwing me under the bus.
I like telling important stories. Like I like being in projects that, you know, have an important message. And so I feel just like really grateful and fortunate that the show had such an important message behind it, because man, you know, that's a dream come true. That it's not just a TV show, right? Just doing a TV show is one thing, that's great, but then to do a TV show that is literally aiming to be on the cutting edge of a socio-political dialogue, that's huge.
I'm ready. Most people want to trust that the person that is telling them about the world is an honest person.
These women are so fierce, and they're doing something so innovative and groundbreaking, and in some sense even simple. You know, you know, they're doing something that they're like, this story should be told. It should not take a rocket science to tell you that this story should be told, but it took some bold women and women who were deciding to put a lot behind it to get it to be told. So that just feels, for me, sort of like yay to them, and I'm just honored that I am a part of the journey, because it feels really good and really inspirational to watch them do it.
Hold
Rena,
a moment.
where is he? We need to discuss how we're handling
He's
this
in
show
there with
today.
her, and he said no interruptions.
Rena, we're live in less than 2 hours, for Christ's
Charlie
sake.
Black's office, please.
Daniel, the person, the character, I felt like I just knew who Daniel was. Me. So that part of it, you know, but then Daniel being a journalist, that was, you know, a particular challenge, because you're creating something that is very, very real. So I didn't get to interview many people or anything like that, but what happens when we shoot the show is that we have a television show consultant, and he produced shows like Good Day America, Good Morning America, et cetera, et cetera. And so everything that we do, we actually are sort of direct. We literally sort of like direct the show like we would a real show, and he tells us exactly what to do, and we go over that. And so I had sort of on the job help with that to really try and make sure that we're true to life in terms of how things would occur on a real talk show.
We are facing the biggest crisis in our history.
My life just ended for no good reason.
We're in the middle of an epic rebirth.
I'm very proud of the show, and I like the show, meaning that, you know, you can't please everybody.
Yeah.
So you just have to, you know, ultimately say, you know, are you interested in it? Are you excited about it? And I am. I genuinely watched, you know, like the last episode that we saw. I genuinely am laughing when I see it. I'm characters, and so I'm really excited about that. And I think one of the coolest things is that whenever people tell me that they see the show, they'll tell me, they're like, hey, I'm gonna watch the show, and they'll be like, I'm gonna watch the first 2 episodes, but I get messages all the time. We're like, yo, I couldn't stop watching the show.
Yeah.
So I'm on episode 6 now, and they're like, when is the next one coming? I'm ready for the next one. So that just feels really cool that people drop into the world so quickly and that they respond to it, and that just makes me like just really excited.
Mitch Kessler, my co-host and partner of 15 years, was fired today.
You.